Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Carson Brown, who has some pretty big announcements to share. First off, how are you, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So, what do you want to tell everybody?
So we signed Asphalt Pro Late Model deal with Rackley War. So we are going to run the full Speed Week with Rackley War, and it should be an awesome event because I've never been to Speed Week before or driven a Pro Late Model, so it should be fun.
And an announcement just literally came out about you were going to do some dirt racing.
Yes. So we also signed a deal with Delk Marla Racing, and we are going to run a Dirt Late Model 604, just all up and down. So it should be really fun.
So, what got you into dirt? Of course, I think you're working with Mike Millar and all that, and I guess he's starting a program up, and you're going to be the development driver.
Yeah, so it pretty much started with Joe and Joe Ryan Race Cars and Candace Hornaday. They got me into it in Legend Cars, and ever since then, I've just loved their racing. It's always a blast, and I hope to continue it with Mike Marlar.
So, kind of talk about just overall how exciting is it to have all this happen to you because you're only just 14 years old.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, starting out pretty young in the whole dirt world. So, yeah, it means a lot, and hopefully we can build some momentum.
So let's talk about your schedule so far this year. I know that the dirt stuff's going to be a lot. So how many races do you plan on doing?
Gosh, probably closer to 100, I'd have to say. I think we did just over 100 last year, so it's definitely going to be packed.
Yeah. So overall, how did this is the first time you've been on this channel? So how did you first get into racing?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I played baseball, and then we were on the field 5 days out of a week, and I just got tired of it. So then I started racing dirt bikes and quit baseball. And then I got in a bad dirt bike wreck and was in the trauma unit in hospital, and it was bad. My mom definitely didn't like that. And then my old baseball coach asked me if I wanted to get in a race car because they were much safer, they're really fast. And I've always driven side by sides and dirt bikes and four wheelers at our farm that we had. And I said, yeah, let's do it. So I got in the race car and loved it from day one. And then we just got into racing and continued from there.
So kind of talk about just you know, with dirt racing, just talk about maybe some of the places that you're going to be heading to this year.
Yeah, so I'm honestly not quite sure because most of the schedules haven't even come out yet. And dirt, they come out very late compared to asphalt. So we're not quite sure about where we're going to run yet.
Yeah. So let's talk about this thing you got going on with Rackley War. How exciting is that?
Oh, it's really exciting. It's going to be awesome, especially with Willie Allen, because Willie Allen's a great crew chief and he's going to manage the car, and he's also a driver too. So I feel like that helps a lot communicating, and he knows that he's been in the driver's seat before. So he knows how things work on the track and off the track on the crew chief side. So it should be great.
So where are you going to? So explain what Speed Week is for people.
Yes, the Speed Weeks starts Friday, and then Thursday. It starts Thursday, and it goes throughout the whole week. And then there are like 35 lap races every day.
Yeah.
And then there's a 100 lap race at the end of the week as a
So
bigger race.
yeah. So what many people called it, I know some people like to call it as the World Series of Asphalt. So
Yes,
of course is at New Smyrna this year. That should be exciting. One of the most exciting events that I always look forward to every single year. It does show you that racing's back. No ARCA East race at that race, but
you know,
it's gonna be fun, still fun for sure.
for
Um,
sure.
all right, well let's get to know you, Carson. How about that?
Sure, let's do it.
So how do you get ready for what's the biggest thing that you like to do to get ready for a race?
I love hopping on the sim, getting sim work. They have New Smyrna on iRacing, so it helps a lot. Just I've never been there before, so it helps a lot. Just getting my reins and kind of learning the track before I can even get there. I feel like that gives me a good edge.
Yeah. So going into that, um, what's your driving style? What do you like to have in a race car?
I like a little bit of a looser car. It kind of depends because you have to start off a little tight at the beginning of the race. So I like the cars to come in, and if I'm good at the end of the race, I'm happy. If
Yeah.
I'm good at the end, I feel like I could have something.
Yeah. Are you gonna race some legend cars this year?
Yeah, so we're planning to do the summer shootout. Um, yeah, so we're still gonna jump in legend cars and have fun in them too.
Yeah.
But a lot of focus is definitely on the bigger cars and just developing.
Yeah. Um, what's your go-to place for food?
My go-to place, probably have to say Longhorn Steakhouse.
Okay. If you're name a TV or streaming show that you're really into right now.
I don't really watch TV, honestly. We're always just on the road or doing whatever,
Well, the
prepping
thing
for
is, it's like
races.
you're on the road. You got to be doing something. So I don't know if I don't know if
Uh,
someone's like a Netflix fan or something like that, or
Not really. I just don't watch much of that.
well, yeah, now they're
Normally racing videos on YouTube of where we're going.
the thing is, it's like if you're not watching streaming, you're on YouTube, and that's actually where this video is going to be.
Yeah.
So okay, favorite movie.
Favorite movie. Um, I love American Sniper. That was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably have to say that's my favorite.
Racing driver you look up to.
Racing driver I look up to. I would say Kyle Larson because he can drive on any surface you put him on.
Yeah.
You put him on dirt or asphalt oval, and he's going to be fast no matter where he goes.
Right. Favorite track.
Favorite track. Millbridge is always really fun in the 600 micro. The Charlotte Oval is actually pretty fun in a legend. Path Valley is a really fun dirt track in a legend. So it really just depends on the car that you're driving. So that's definitely a hard question.
Okay. All right. Here's the most challenging one. Name three things people do not know about Carson Brown.
Man, that is a challenge one. um, hmm. Let's see here.
Just maybe something interesting that maybe the audience would not really guess about you, like an interesting fact or something.
Uh, I love to hunt and fish.
Um, do
Hmm.
you have any interesting hobbies you like to do outside of racing, or is it
We
just
love to drive side by sides in the mountains. So we love going to the mountains and driving side by sides. So that's definitely one of my favorite hobbies to do.
um, yeah. Uh,
Anything with an engine.
and finally, what's the hardest like subject or class I don't know if you're an online school or all that. What's the hardest thing you're learning right
Hardest thing I'm learning, probably math. So I'm technically in like ninth grade in school.
now? Okay.
Um, but I'm on an accelerated program for school.
Right.
So I'm doing years above my age. So I'm in ninth grade, but I'm doing like 11th and 12th grade math. So it's definitely not easy, but it'll get me graduated faster. So I'm in.
All right. Well, Carson Brown, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this season.
Thank you for having me.